Hello everybody! In this week's episode of A Cozy Village, Riverton gets a nice looking lookout tower and a colorful guard camp. So let's upgrade those hammers and start building. We're going to start our tower by building a stone foundation that is 6 by 6 meters. There, like that. Now on the insides we want to add some iron poles for stability. Make sure that they're sunken into the ground. Yeah, that's a good start. Next we're going to need some iron supports up the inside, a total of 12 meters. I can only reach 10 for now, but we'll get the last ones later. And now we'll continue our wall up a total of 12 meters. And here we are at the 10 meter height, but we'll make life easier for us by installing the wooden trim pieces now so we won't have to add scaffolding later. In these on the outside I want to have the 45-degree angle pieces just stay on the outsides like that. And to those, I'm going to take a 45-degree roof piece and snap them in like that so that the wooden part is facing outside. And then next we'll take 45-degree beams and put them in the centers. And then we'll add our iron beams up the rest of the way. And now to finish our walls, we have another 2 meters to go. Okay, next we want to add some iron poles for support on the outside of the stone tower, a total of 6 meters tall. Now we want to trim out what we have so far and put our floor down. There, just like that. Now on all the outside corners we want to put a 2-meter post. Now on each one of those we want to put a 26-degree wall piece. Now we'll just frame this in. Okay, like that. Now we'll go ahead and put our arrow loops in. So on these side pieces we're just going to put a 1x1 wall there against the corner piece. And on these faces we're going to put one wall there on the outside. Now things get a little bit different. We're going to do some shift placing. So on those beams we want to snap in a 1 meter beam like that. But now on the outside of it we want to press shift and hold it against that. And just when it pokes down like that, we want to place it onto the outside. And we'll do the same on this side. Now we can snap more walls in. And we have some pretty decently spaced arrow loops. We do the same all the way around. There, that looks pretty good so far. Now we can add our roof pieces and cover up the ironwood. Yeah, we're shaping up pretty good so far. And now for the next story, we'll just trim this out and put some floor pieces in. Now we'll go ahead and frame our top floor in. And go ahead and add a half wall all the way around. Now taking our 1x1 walls, we'll put them up at each corner. And we're going to use the same trick we did on the floor below to get our arrow loop snap points. But we're going to leave this one open for now so we can get out with some scaffolding to complete the roof. And here we just want to use a 45-degree outside corner, put one in each corner, and then fill the centers in. Like that. Now to finish off the top. Here we want to take 1 meter beams to create a snap point in the center, like that. And then add a 1 meter post. And then taking our 45-degree outside corners, we'll just go around snapping them in, like that. There, now our roof is complete. There, our tower is nearly done. Now we just have to put some stairs in. Okay, now we'll cut a doorway in. Yeah, that'll work. Now for our stairs. Start with putting a 1x1 floor there in the corner. Put a ladder there. Now we'll go ahead and fill the rest of our floor in. And then we'll start again. Now we can fix this floor a little bit. There, now we have a proper working stairway. Now to finish up our stonework, and then on to the decorations. Looking like a proper tower so far. Now moving on to the guards camp, I want to go ahead and flatten the ground just a little bit. I want to lay out some wooden beams here to a 4x4 box with one end open like this. This will be the front of our tent, and each corner gets a 2-meter post. And finish this off like this. We may have to level the ground more so we can walk under. Yeah, that's just fine. Now we want to add some temporary backers all the way around, just by free placing one on top of those beams. And just going all the way across. We'll get rid of those temporarily. Now this tent will make red. So what we want to do is use that piece as a temporary backer. So you can place this one at about center-ish of that beam. And you want the fabric to be just touching the post. Just like that. And then you want to do the same thing all the way across. Like that. And then repeat on these 3 sides. And go ahead and replace these for support. Now on the front, we'll just use one jute curtain on each side. Replace our beams. Now get rid of our temporaries. Now we'll go ahead and add 26-degree beams on all 4 corners. Fill in the centers. And since this is the captain's tent, we'll go ahead and make it look nice with some tar wood shingles. There, kind of resembles a proper tent. Now let's add a little bit of detailing to it. Okay, I want to make these beams pop through a little bit, but putting a 1-meter beam on there is just too much. So what we're going to do is just add a couple beams there, and a 26-degree beam there, and switching to our 1-meter beam and setting it to edge 2, we'll put one at each joint, like that. Then remove these pieces. And here it looks like our beams are popping through just a little bit. This gives it a little bit extra texture. Now let's move on to our other 2 tents. Due to Riverton being an important source of copper and some recent pirate activity, the local Jarl sent a band of soldiers led by Captain Ulf to keep the villagers safe. Shortly after arriving in Riverton, Ulf decided to erect a sturdy lookout tower to watch for approaching trouble and to defend the village if necessary. There, it's a nice colorful tent. This one has a thatch roof because it's just for the guards. Let's do one more. There, we have one nice looking and colorful camp for our guards. Okay, and here we want to put in a little archery range so our guards can practice their archery skills. First we want to get rid of this copper node. That looks a lot cleaner. Okay, we want to put a 1 meter post right about there. Add a couple beams. There, now we'll put a little tabletop on. There, now the guards have somewhere to keep their bows and other things while they're practicing their archery. Let's go put some targets out. Okay, here we'll put a 2 meter post and then sink one down, about that far. Now we'll take a 45-degree beam, place one there, and one in the back. Get rid of our post, add one item stand, and there we have a target. Let's put a couple more up. There, and our guards have some targets that they can practice on. There, that should do. Let's do some decorating now. Okay, let's start by giving our little walkway here a safety railing. That doesn't look too bad. We should dress up the bottom though. Yeah, that looks nicer. Now we need a door. Okay, we're going to start by snapping in a regular door right about there, which will then allow us to snap our gate onto that right in the center. Okay, so the bottom floor we'll probably put a custom desk down. That way our captain of the guard has somewhere to fill out duty rosters and things like that. So here we'll put a temporary backer. Onto that we'll place a couple item stands. Here we'll find a good spot for our drawer. Add a temporary backer. And we'll use that to slide our drawers in so that the door pulls stand really proud of it. Just like that. Our top will just put a little overhang on this side. And then carry it across. Just like that. Put in one comfy chair. Placemat. Water pitcher. And mug. And one nice looking woof rug. Plus we need a couple banners. There, put a couple red ones down here. And we need a little light. Yeah, that looks good. Let's move up a floor. Okay, up here we'll put a bed. Right about there. And we need a foot locker. That looks like a good spot. And a couple banners for color. Alright, now for the next floor. So again, we'll put another bed in, another foot locker, and a couple banners for color. There, it's not too fancy, but this is just a place for guards to take a nap when they're off duty. Alright, so on this level we'll start with some lighting. We'll put one on each corner like that. Yeah, it lights things up nice. Here we'll put a table for some of the things that they might need up here. There, you can never have too many F-bombs to drop on your enemies. Now we just need some weapons. And each corner we'll put a couple of item stands. Alright, so each corner will get one bow and one spear. Yeah, this looks defendable now. Let's need some carpets. Alright, one more floor to go. Okay, now for the lookouts floor. Let's give them a hanging brazier so they can get a little comfort. And up here we want to have a couple chairs. Maybe one in that corner. Put one over here. Somewhere where our two lookouts can sit down and keep an eye out for pirates and such. And they also need an end table. Give him one there. Give this guy one for there. Get a mug. Pitcher. Round tabletop. Same right here. He gets a mug. Pitcher. Yeah, it looks okay up here. Just needs a little rug. It's a nice view up here. They can see danger coming from miles away. Can't have an archery range without a couple bows. Yep. Okay, time to dress our tents up a little bit. So 2 of these are going to get 2 bunks each, and each one gets a foot locker. And they get a table to keep things on, so maybe there's an axe, maybe a helmet. Yeah, that looks alright. Let's do the next one. Alright, this one's mostly the same. This guy's got his knife out ready. This guy snuck a milkshake over from the wharf rat. That's a nice cozy tent. Now for Captain Ulf's. Okay, he just gets a regular bed. So we'll put a camp table in that's just made out of a couple of stools. There, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, now here maybe he's got his water pitcher and a mug. Place to keep his axe. Maybe his own private stock of F-bombs. Yeah, it's starting to look like a proper camp. Just needs a little place to do some cooking. Alright, now every camp needs a campfire. That looks like a good spot. We'll put a log there. Log there. Let's give it a cooking kettle. Now we need a little table so our cook can do his prep work. Alright, so maybe they're making some wolf skewers today. Let's give them some mushrooms, an onion, and of course a chunk of wolf meat. Yeah, that looks alright. And you can't have a campfire without marshmallows to roast. Yeah, that was a quick and easy campsite, but it added a lot of color to the area. And let's go ahead and make this campfire permanent. I added some certainly trophies to it. There, that'll never go out, not even in the rain. Now for some landscaping, we want to go ahead and connect to our road down there. I like to press shift when I level the ground, that way it gives it more of a slope. That's not too bad. We don't have to pull carts or anything, so that's acceptable. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Yeah, that looks okay for the leveling part. Now we just have to do a little bit with the pathing tool. Okay, now to put some grass back where we want it. Yeah, that looks kind of natural. Now we just need to do a couple little more things, and then this one's done. Okay, this looks like a good place for a street lamp. Go ahead and put our foundation in there, along with a temporary one. Go ahead and mark the center. Now add a 4-meter darkwood pole. I want a free place of 1x1 stone block right about there. Yeah, and then that one snaps in right to the center. Now we can add our darkwood arch. Temporary snap point. Now we can add a 2-meter darkwood beam, like that. Get rid of our temporary snap point. And now we can hang our brazier. Now we can add our circling trophies to make this permanent. That looks pretty good. Now we should put in some guards. First guard's gonna be making wolf skewers. So start with a 2-meter pole. Add an item stand at the top. Now an armor stand, Grey Dwarf trophy, and some armor. Let's do a couple more. Here's a guy looking down at the beach. Here's a guy, he's maybe watching the horizon for pirates. This guy's maybe he's getting in some archery practice. And here we have Captain Ulf himself. This turned out to be a pretty nice little guard camp. And since it's never too late to fix something that you missed, let's go and cut some windows into our tower. And these we just want to shift place until they pop back out. Yeah, that's alright. Let's put our banner back. In this episode, we built this lookout tower so our new guards can keep a lookout for pirates and defend the village if necessary. It has plenty of room for our defenders and a great view of the area. We also built a colorful little camp for our guards, so they have a place to stay until their barracks are finished. And we also put in this little archery range for our guards to practice, because Captain Ulf always says, the best way to win at melee combat is to take out your opponent before they can get to you. So if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe so you won't miss the next episode, Brenna's Brewery and Ale House. Thank you for watching.